Welcome, everyone. Welcome back. This is episode 2. And instead of delving more deeply into safety and protection at this time, I'm going to take a few minutes to touch on and describe some of the devices, some of the hardware that we need as DoorDashers and as gig economists delivering food for a living or part-time that will make us successful, that will make our deliveries easier, and that, quite frankly, in most cases, it's hard to do without. I would like to take time to say that these devices are all not necessary for you to be successful or for you to DoorDash or be active in the gig economy. You must have a phone, of course, to run the software to do the deliveries, but you don't need all the extras and bells and whistles that I'll be talking about today. But they're really nice to have. It makes you more efficient, proficient, and again, get your deliveries done quicker and smoother. Let's first talk about the phone. We all need a phone and or an iPad or some kind of computer pad to accept our calls and process our deliveries as we move through that flow, taking pictures, completing the delivery, accepting the next delivery. There are many different types of phones to use for this task: an iPhone, a Galaxy phone, an Android phone, etc., etc. I have found through experience that the phone that does the best job, though it's the most expensive as well, is an iPhone. With the iPhone, I find that protecting it is one of the main concerns that I have, certainly, as an expensive device. I have 2 of them, which I use for DoorDashing and for the gig economy in the car. Both of them have sturdy, expensive cases on that prevent them from being damaged if they fall. And my main phone, which I use strictly for DoorDashing alone, software for DoorDashing is the only software for delivering on it, is controlled and held close to my body by a lanyard, which is attached to the phone and then draped over my shoulders to stop it from falling if I lose control of the phone. Please keep in mind that if you're using the lanyard, while it has obviously many benefits and safeguards to help protect the phone, it's around your neck, it's around or attached to your body or your belt, and someone has the ability to grab you by it and detain you. So from a safety standpoint, keep in mind that with the lanyard on attached to the phone, if someone grabs a hold of that lanyard, the lanyards are typically sturdy enough so it's not going to rip away or break. Be advised. I see YouTube videos of plenty of the more influential and more experienced dashers that have the most viewed content, and many of them are plugging their iPhones in and out with a cord on the charger, which of course doesn't bode well for the cord over time and the socket of the iPhone itself in which the charger cable goes in. So I suggest that you get one of the MagSafe chargers that will be able to see through the case to charge the phone. And that particular charger comes with a clip that can either attach to your air conditioning vents or your heating vents, or it also could come as something that can be secured to your dash. It's completely up to you on how you want to fix it. I advise to hook it to the air conditioning vents because it keeps it off the dash. I don't like to have anything on the dash that obscures vision while driving. It's not safe, and again, it's too far out of your way to see. Putting it in the air vents keeps it close, makes it adjustable so that you can glance at it quickly while you're driving and not take the hands off the wheel. During the course of our daily lives, and especially in dashing and deliveries, we've had this happen several times, I'm sure, during the course of our deliveries, in which the phones run out of charge. We try to keep them charged, but due to the flow of what we're doing, we have to disconnect them to get out of the car. Sometimes we forget to reconnect them when we get back in. The point is that the phone needs to be charged. It needs to stay charged while we're doing our deliveries so that we can, again, move through the flow of them and not be detained by having to wait while a phone charges for us to open and close calls. Not doing anything else, the phone is constantly being charged to almost 100%. And that's, of course, remembering that when we get out of the car, in many cases, we have to take that phone off the charger with us to take pictures and do anything we might have to do, such as enter a PIN number, etc., etc. During this procedure of getting out of the car with the phone, making the delivery, and getting back in, we have the safety of that lanyard, which is, of course, on the phone and around our bodies so that, again, if we lose control of the phone because we don't have enough hands during the delivery, the phone's just going to fall down to your side or up against your knee, and it's not going to break or hit the ground, and then it's just right there when you need it. 2 other devices that I use that can be a little bit pricey, but again, pay off in the end and over time First of all would be a Garmin GPS, which has a large screen of 7 to 8 inches, which gives you a good view of your traveling route and your destination. And of course, it's voice controlled and actuated. You don't have to take your hands off the wheel to give it an address. Being voice actuated, the Garmin also talks to you and directs you to the delivery site a turn at a time and gives you prompts for distancing. It's pretty handy, and it's a good means of obtaining your directions. I also use an Apple iPad during my deliveries, and it is logged into DoorDash. Strangely enough, while that doesn't happen on the other gig economy software such as Uber and Grubhub, DoorDash software allows you to log into your account on multiple devices at the same time. For whatever reason, I think that's a software glitch that probably needs fixed for security reasons. However, it does allow you to do that, and I run the iPhones and the iPad in the DoorDash software at the same time. First of all, this gives me a backup of the deliveries in case one of those two devices are out, and secondarily, allows me information that it's easier to see on the iPad. The iPad itself is mounted on a mount that fits into the cup holder. And many of us use our cup holders, but typically our cars have more than one. So I've also listed below the type of adapter that you can get to mount your iPad on to put it in a cup holder so that it can be adjusted where you can also see it and access it clearly without moving your hands too far from the wheel or taking your eyes off the roadway. Also, once again, because it's an extremely expensive piece of equipment, it's not cheap, especially if you damage it or lose it. An iPad is best protected by having a good, sturdy, solid case on it, and I've listed that below as well. So those are major devices that are used typically in delivery and DoorDashing and the gig economy. And those are also listed below in the comments that you can get them. You typically need a basic food delivery bag. And for those of you who are carrying bigger food orders, catering bags as well. In addition to that, the big delivery, of course, is always pizza on a Friday and Saturday and Sunday night. And you need several pizza bags. One usually doesn't cut it because, at least for me, I like to keep customer orders separate when it comes to pizzas. That way I don't have to search through the packing lists and receipts to find out which delivery is for who. So I keep them organized by keeping them in separate pizza bags. The devices I'm using, of course, are not definitive. They're just what I personally choose to use during my workflow. That it helps me to get the job done, again, safely, efficiently, quickly, and easier. That's about it for this episode. Again, it was a diversion from our concept of safety and protection somewhat, but again, it applies, I feel, importantly enough that all dashers, especially beginning dashers, have access to this type of information. And again, while you may not be prepared to purchase all these things up front, I certainly did not have all the money to buy them. I purchased them over time as I found something that was effective for a specific task. So don't beat yourself up over the fact that you don't have one to start out with. You can get out there with your iPhone and a basic adapter for your cigarette lighter and do the job. So I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you found some valuable content in it. And if you did, please take the time. Just like and subscribe. I think you'll find in the end it's going to be worthwhile. And again, I hope that if I can make the difference in one dasher's life or one economist working in the gig industry and help them be productive, help them be safe, help them protect themselves, have their action plans, and have the right devices to do the job, then this is all worthwhile to me. And in the end, again, the two most important things of any delivery, no matter who you're working for, is your personal safety and the safety of your vehicle, period. Nothing is more important. Thanks for listening again. Like and subscribe. Keep in mind to ring the bell as well so that you'll be advised of future videos. And I wish you to be safe. I wish you to be well. And I wish you success in the gig economy. Until next time, take care.